Nope, I'm not fucking around with that shit. Turn it off, turn it back on again. Well, everything over at EOS is fine, although it does say that there was a downtime for Fortnite update, so wondering if that's the kind of stuff that Snut was on about last week. Bollocks. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. I'm not offline, I'm online. I'm clearly online because I'm streaming. I'm wondering if this is the yeah, this must be the improvements to the online services that they did last week, because I'm in the right body. Huh. That's weird. I'm going to post about that on Discord. Anyway.
I love how concisely you can explain this concept for no programmers. I understand the problem, but I can never explain it the way it is. I feel like my explanations are always ass, to be honest. I think there's always a problem when you're trying to describe things, because like here's the problem with the way I describe things. Like maybe that was a good explanation or something for that particular thing, but the way I always feel like whenever I'm describing very technical issues, because I'm also downplaying these, like I'm way oversimplifying some things. Like some things are very hard to explain when you're simplifying them, because when you're simplifying them you can actually confuse people more so than just saying it's difficult. And just try and learn how it works rather than like trying to simplify it. Because I feel like one problem with certain tech in like when it comes to programming and game development is that people have one idea roughly how it works based on like some simplified explanation, but then it actually when they apply it in certain different situations, it doesn't actually work that way, and it's confusing. So it's tricky to find the balance there. But I'm glad that explanation was good at least. Maybe. What am I doing? I'm just running around like a crazy monkey right now. Right, I wanted to make another floor. Apply it in certain so it's tricky to find the balance there. But I'm glad that explanation was good at least. Maybe. What am I doing? I'm just running around like what am I doing? I'm just running around like a crazy monkey. Right, I want to make another floor. Laser bridging, yeah. So that's I think that's very important. Because if everybody knew how games were made, like if everybody knew like what goes into making stuff work, then I don't think people would complain about certain things that like I think people would have a better watch on that. So why don't you do that? You know, people will be able to troubleshoot and like understand why things are done in the manner that they are. A lot of times I think when you look at some certain games, you're like, oh, this studio can do this thing, and then somebody else makes the game, like they have to do like a completely different rendering solution or something just based on like what type of game they're making. And people like, what if game A could do this, but you can't do this? Like that makes you bad. Like you're always making decisions when you're making games, like as to what you can and can't do. And certain solutions don't work with other solutions. Like
where's that spitter at?
So like it's very hard to like apply one use case to a lot of situations.
Huh.
Yeah, it's all about the trade-offs. And when you don't understand that there are trade-offs, what the trade-offs are, it's different things. And, then it's difficult. like one example that comes to mind is like how we render shadows in games is a very complicated subject, and it's like the solution that most games use is actually quite like it's quite bad, but it's the most widely adopted one because it's the most like it's the most what's the term? Like it's the most it works in most.
So there used to be a way to jump up there. There's not anymore.
Versatile, that's the word. And if like if you ever make a game where you need like way higher res shadows, or you know, if you want to do like something like the shadows are magic and do some stuff, then you can't use that solution because you need to make your own. If you make your own, maybe it's like super performance heavy or something like that, right? So and then like shadows will go for that. Whoops, I think
Remember correctly, that's the one where the crash site needs solid biofuel. There's the spitter.
Look at us. Look at us. Which approach are you referring to? Yeah, cascading shadow maps. It's like if you think about it, like the more lights I've ever seen, the hard like. If you've ever implemented cascading shadow maps, you know it's a weird it's a weird solution. And it's like you have to have a shadow map for every object or every scene or light. I mean.
I don't like using.
First, when I learned how to do it. Yeah, I just ray trace everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like using. Talking, thinking, combat, and having stuff at the same time. No, can't do that. I don't like using foundations for exploration because it feels a lot more cheaty than the whole zipline thing that I like to do. Where, like, on the off chance that anyone watching that hasn't seen me stream before is watching, I like using the zipline with power poles and pretending that it's a harpoon gun tool that lets me like launch I know that's a different spitter. There's normally a spitter down there and it's not there anymore. Anyway, yeah, like pretending that the power pole's being launched onto a cliff face by a harpoon gun. But using foundations to explore feels like cheating. Which, this is kind of like an opposite problem with the building mechanics in Fallout 4 and 76, where you can only build within a certain area. And everywhere else, like, you can't, because it definitely would be cheating. Which I hadn't really considered before, so I think there's my epiphany for the day.
Like, because ray tracing, the way it works now, is not, like, exactly how we thought it was going to work. Because, like, it's based on approximations and shit like that. More so than, it's not an actual, like, it's the ray tracing technique, but it's not, like, actually the algorithm. Sure, ray tracing is so cheap. But, like, honestly, that's the sort of, I think for the longest time,
yeah, I think this is clear.
Rendering engineers have always anticipated that, like, ray tracing is going to be, like, the thing maybe someday. It might also be that we think that's going to be the case and we end up coming up with something completely different, because that's the interesting thing, I think, with computer science and, like, specifically rendering, computer graphics, and, like, the research that goes into that field, is that a lot of the techniques that have been invented to solve, like, quite complex problems are, like...
That the UI is broken. It's clicking on the color above it. That's bad. Evidently that was happening earlier as well. I wonder if that was happening the other week. I said the other week, but last week when I was setting these up and. Yeah, when I was setting the colours up, I was having problems getting the correct colour to stay on. I'm wondering if that's what was happening. Checking in Discord for that one as well.
They're quite they're not super advanced. Like the way 3D graphics work in general isn't like it's complex, but it's like I can understand most of it, and I've implemented my own like low-level rendering using the APIs and everything. And like when we had sort of the foundation for that API, or like the way we do 3D graphics, it was quite crude. And then as time goes on, we figure out like, oh, this is how I can do that, and then I can do that, and you just add things on top of each other. So like once you have the knowledge base, you can do really complex stuff. Like the way people can create, it's also partly because of hardware. Like a lot of the stuff that we can do nowadays were things that technically were possible back in the day, but we just didn't know how to do it. Did I miss community highlights? Sure. No, you didn't miss it. Possible back in the day, but we just didn't know how to do it.
Use new segment setup.
Did I miss community highlights? Did I miss? Did I miss community highlights? Sure. No, you didn't miss it. You just were none. For now. We'll get back to that at some point eventually. When I have more than like half an hour to prepare for the streams. Okay, so this is the foundation of. Oh, maybe I should. We can fix it actually. So I'm gonna pull all the stuff. If the flamethrower thing works out. Wait, flamethrower. Wait, do you mean flamethrower or does it say flamethrower? We can fix it actually. So I'm gonna pull all the stuff. Flamethrower being worked out. Wait, if the flamethrower being worked out. If the flamethrower is being worked out. Wait, flamethrower. Wait, do you mean flamethrower or?
No, I know that there's alpha stingers and spitters.
You mean if we're adding a flamethrower to the game?
Potting about in this area.
That's the hard questions here.
I don't want to go over there because there's radioactive thoughts.
Shadows? No. You mean if we're adding a flamethrower to the game? That's the hard questions here.
Right, so that's related to the previous discussion, so we've got to go fiddle around with the segments. Just turn around and have the slightly more interesting dull view.
luminescent solution for multi-light shadows? No. Solution for luminescent solution for multi-light shadows? No. I mean, could be. No, not shadows. Well, no, because you need, yeah. Take a flamethrower against the stinger, please. What would the use of a flamethrower be? No. I mean, could be. No, not shadows. Well, no, because you need, yeah.
Now we get multi-segment flamethrower nonsense.
Take a flamethrower against the stinger, please. What would the use? Take a flamethrower against the stinger, please. What would the use of a flamethrower be? Have you not seen the spiders in our game? No, lumen is more like in regards to like shading. Use of a flamethrower would be. Have you not seen the spiders in our game?
And crouch jump nonsense bullshit.
No, lumen is more like in regards to like shading. Here's the thing, guys. Shading and like shadow, like shadowing is applied on shading, but shading and like shadows are completely. Because here's the thing, guys. No, lumen is. No, lumen is more like in regards to like shading. No, lumen is. No.
Let's get the lip smacking noise out there.
No. No, lumen is more like in regards to like shading. Because here's the thing, guys. Shading and
So I can see two quest sites from here, but
shading and like shadows are completely
wrong button.
separate in how they're sort of calculated. So,
But I don't want to be going and getting them
I want you to show this. There's a
without the Xenobasher.
And that's where you do everything in like passes. So lighting is actually the last thing you do at the end. Just apply it on top of everything. So first you just calculate like what the colors of everything should be depending on like where the light is coming from, and then you apply the shadows and the lighting on top of that. And that's why it's called deferred shading, because the lighting is deferred to the last pass. Anyways,
Yeah, I remember the game that had lights and
okay, I'm just gonna pull it up for now and
this
I'll tidy up later.
they switched from like non-deferred lighting to deferred lighting, and it was a massive performance improvement, and like the number of on-scene lights was just incredible.
Anyways,
Because it was a user generated content game as well, so.
and the lighting on top of that. That's why it's called deferred shading, because the lighting is deferred to the last pass. Anyways,
go to places to finish that.
Anyways, I'm not quite sure how to pull up the... Okay, I'm just gonna pull it up for now and I'll tidy it up later, actually. Because I just want to get stuff rolling. Bro! You're the one click. I don't understand. Sometimes it doesn't work, and sometimes it does. What the? Excuse me? Wait, it's not working. Whoops. I just opened the QA site. I feel like reset that. Fly? Fly.
Again, yep.
It's not doing it. Now the Q&A is But has it ever worked in today's session? I don't know what's happening. Well, it's a good thing I opened the Q&A, yeah, because I can just put it in there, I guess. But that's so odd, because I feel like it worked there. Wait.
Yeah, I was forever using this as a route down before I actually discovered it was a route up.
I feel like it's...
Because my usual route for creature biomass was starting up here.
When is that ghost purple? Oh, do you mean the hologram? Or, I'm like, which ghost? The holograms, yeah, you can set the colors of those. You go to,
Actually, no, was it?
user interface. You can set all the colors and all that.
I think it might have been just like taking a circuit around there, going up,
There's a bunch of creatures you can do.
and then coming down, and then like going around the lake.
When I left yesterday.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. I'm not sure that I would have gone into the cave and come out. I think it's a case of I always went up the cave. Just grab all of these mushrooms.
The mycelia within this fungus suggests strong molecular bonding features frequently observed in adhesives and medicine, both beneficial for field research. A new research tree can now be accessed in the MAM.
Where's the conveyor spaghetti? It's down there somewhere. Don't worry about it. What if we do,
Yeah, missed one.
I don't think that's
Well,
enough.
two.
What am I looking for? I'm looking for... I got a frame post.
I think we need more than that.
Wait, oh, here it is. Oh, it's enough!
50 is a good number for now.
I need 6. I'm only playing this game for movies. There's like, I think there's even people at the studio sometimes that don't know about certain features. It's a huge game. I've only been playing this game since release. There's
Posting a thing on Discord a second.
playing this game since release. I've only been playing this game since release. There's like I think there's even people at the studio sometimes that don't know about certain features because it's a huge game. I don't like that. But what if? What if we use small frame Oh, I know. What if we do, animals? Use a
That
small frame, put the
lizard
CFD
doggo
in.
looked
That's
like
a
it
good one.
jumped over the
I
rock.
kinda like
I'm not
this.
sure if it jumped or if it just walked upwards, and that's confusing.
What if we do everything?
Yeah, I think I left it too long to click the thing.
I don't get when people always say less is more. More is more.
I was going to try and clip it, but I think if anyone cares, they'll clip it.
I don't know. I think that's pretty dope. Okay, let's not focus too much on this, but I think this is, I think the thing that I wanted to solve with this was whether or not I can I use this piece, you know? And I think the answer is yes. So, one thing I really like doing when I'm pulling my belts and shit is to pull them through steel foundations and things like that. So, like, it would be cool to get all the four, not all of them, but, like, let's not go. Not all of them, but.
There's the one for the creatures. There it is.
Like, let's not go. What is that? Hey, buddy. Oh, are you back into a corner? Hey, come back here. Alright, chat, here's the deal, okay? This lizard dog is 9 minutes lost, okay? If y'all start acting up, okay? Just know it's
Breaking news from Earth. Widespread chaos and mayhem. World President urges all citizens to do their part and harvest alien artifacts.
You can pull those two up there. Through the just know what can happen, okay?
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
No, yeah, so one cool thing to do here is like control the you better behave, okay? No, but yeah, so one cool thing to do here is like you can pull the you can pull those two up there through. No, but yeah, so one cool thing to do here is like you can pull the you can pull those two up there through the. We don't go check with terrorists. Okay, let's worry about that later. So, but no, but I do need to actually worry about it now because I need to worry about it now. Let's worry about that later. So, okay, let's okay, let's worry about that later. So, but no, but I do need to actually worry about it now because I need to. Modern day swordfish scenario, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not including like the
Oh,
that
I really hope you're
segment of the clip.
referencing the thing I think you're referencing, because there's a bit in Swordfish where he's like, he has to hack something. Amazing movie, by the way, if y'all haven't seen it. Top-notch quality. It's like, not Hugh Braun. What's his name? What's his name? Jackman, thanks, Hugh Jackman. He's like a hacker. Like, you gotta hack into that. He's got a gun to his head while this girl is like doing stuff underneath the table, and like, you gotta hack into the blah 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 in 5 minutes, otherwise I'll kill you. It was like, it's a good scene. I'm not sure if that was you were referring to when you said that, but that's where my mind went immediately. I guess we just do, like, boom, and then we'll do a release, and then we'll use one of these bad boys. Oh yeah. In the hologram, but
Oh, we've got 100. Yay! Right, let's build the storage bin in front of it.
dope. And then we can do. I don't know why I'm putting so much time into this. I'm gonna get shit going. No, but I'm gonna do it.
Milestone reached. R&D inflated your pocket dimension, added an additional hand equipment slot, and have provided an improved Xeno Zapper with increased strength and range.
I'm not too fussed about having the gas novelist, because yeah. But I'm wondering if I should just unlock it on principle.
This needs to be a blueprint, 100%, which is realized. You don't spend 3/4 of your time in fruitless design or even plain satisfactory. That is true. It's part of the brand. That is 100% true. Realized. Realized. You don't spend 3/4 of your time in fruitless design or even plain satisfactory. That is true. It's part of the brand. That is 100% true.
Did I
You
get
don't
that?
spend 3/4 of your time in fruitless design or even plain satisfactory. That is true. It's part of the brand. That is 100% true. True. It's part of the brand. That is 100% true.
what was I doing? Okay. Fabric.
No! Undo, undo, undo! Okay, go. Save. Hollow, what's it called? Hollow thing.
Oh, that's mine returning, isn't it? Oh, that was Schnuts.
Hello? Me, is it like that story? Not spoilery? How very releases life fix the uniform? I hope not. Why is it there? So I bet you're not a factor in logistics game, architecture design game. Look, those two people, like there are two people that are definitely arguing about that though. For our game. Why is he in there? Why is he in there?
I can get this shit sorted and then I'll focus on that segment stuff. Next thing would be all power. Oh, there it is. Looking for where whatever I crafted went, it was the alien protein. I'm not quite at the point where I want to be switching everything over to DNA capsules yet. Yeah, here we are. Still need a lot more mushrooms. I just need a cable.
So, in fact, you're not a factor legit.
Here we go. Segment stuff.
You don't spend 3/4 of your time in fruitless design. Or you me or look. Oh, that we use next. That. Okay. Hello. Hello.
There we are. So I was putting the segments on the wrong. I was in the timestamps on the wrong clips. There you go.
So I bet you're not a factor logistics game, it's an architecture design game. Look, those two people, like there's people that are definitely arguing about that. For a game. Blueprint chart. It's a counter. Actually, I want that. I didn't set a counter revert. But it's fine. You actually hear this. Actually, I want that. All this. Architecture! icon that we use in actual architecture tab. Yeah, that icon isn't in the... Isn't available. That's rude. It's available on the signs.
More rot.
Alright, check this shit. Hollow frame. Almost there. If I start with that one, I can do this. Oh, I just realized something. You can't. Wait. Oh, you can't mask mental. That's true. That's true.
Need
Oh,
more
no,
wire.
I thought- No, I think I-
I hadn't thought of doing the hollow frame thing. Might have to do that. But it feels a bit weird to use Blueprint to work around a lack of a
Me, princess.
native architectural feature. It's so straightforward.
This we can edit later. Not too much right now. It's gonna fall in 2 hours. Maybe. Tidy. Dope sauce. Alright. Great way to add 4 items instead of 1. Look, okay, this is it's pretty, okay? This is a lot more pleasing to me to look at. Okay? Just saying. I kinda wanna do the same thing somewhere.
Yay, the Basher.
I have to later pick it live in the game. This entire game is just like you trying to tell yourself to do one thing and then trying to second off. Is that power? Doesn't look like it.
I just realised there's some stuff there I should have put into the sync, which I think
There's another spot.
I'm going to connect to the main power grid
Now
now.
that you done. Yeah, look at that. Ask supervisor Mr. Bean first. Mr. Bean. He has a lot of opinions, that one. I think one down, but I think it would look weird. I think I prefer that actually.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. It's all coming together. Ugh, people with double digit FPS. Oh, D&D.
That's going to cause a power cut.
You could do your cats. You could do you could do another one.
Yeah, there it goes.
Oh, it's not too bad. I'm a fan of blueprints, not gonna lie. I haven't been using them quite a bit, but now I'm sort of seeing the fallacy of my way. Gotta get in for maintenance.
And, like, unpack the fuel. Right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Still can't get over how dark snows become planting explosives on doggos and laughing about it? What do you mean become? I feel like I'm... Still can't get over how dark snows become planting explosives on doggos and laughing about it? What do you mean become? I feel like I've always done that. Keep you on edge, you know? I feel like I've always done that. Keep you on edge, you know?
I'll have to handcraft this shit to pass the time.
Keep you on edge, you know? Is this the point where you find it admit to killing the real life Starter with close to? I didn't kill it, no. It's up for interpretation. I'm not a fan of this, but we'll figure something out. Because I can't, like, walk. Wait, what? I don't think it's too oh, we can do this, actually. So I'm gonna do, like, this whole thing. Perfect. And lastly, we'll pull this back in. Do I ever need to go? No. We'll burn that bridge when we get there. Awesome. Ooh, actually, make room for 2 more. I want the concrete ship down here. We'll figure that out later. Awesome. We'll plan the blueprints connect cells directly to the second blueprint? No. Awesome. We'll plan the blueprint. Does it plan the blueprints connect belts directly to the second blueprint? No, not that. It was too much of a headache to implement that. Is this mod in Minecraft? Is this mod in Minecraft? Yes. If you wanted to be. Alright, now we gotta figure out power here, and I think the way we're gonna do it is I'm gonna pull power through this. Should've just done power through. I want to do like a... We'll do, and then, I really wish I had the Tears of the Kingdom up ability now and just like zoop up, fly up. Hello? Oh, it's trying to take double up. automates how you guys manage scalability. Just like the mesh network of power lines. I can't remember how you code that. I mean, it's just all the cables. I might be misunderstanding what you mean, but like, it's just all the cables are just like one mesh. That's a tube essentially, or like a cylinder, and you have a shader that just like curves it based on the distance. So like you'll do a vertex offset. But like scalability, yeah, there's a lot of that. Can't sub on this channel? No. We tried to, like... Why is everything starting to stop? Can't sub on this channel? No. We tried to... Can't...
If I put the phrase "this channel" up on the clips archive, it's going to just look immensely confusing. So we're setting that too. You can't sub on twitch.tv/Coffee Studios devs.
Can't sub on this channel? No. We tried to, like... Why is everything starting and stopping? Oh, because it's the goddamn manifold, that's why. Or have I missed something? Because I think these are all R3. I think it's just missing some. So the power is the easiest because it's essentially just like a. The circuits are all like we try to like.
I think Snut just got distracted there. I'd not like to talk about, like, Snut talks about ads later, so maybe it'll come up.
Like, sub on this channel? No. We try to, like... Why is everything starting and stopping? Oh, because it's a goddamn manifold, that's why. Or have I missed something? Because I think these are all R3.
How many more mushrooms do we need? Can't find that out for another 2 minutes.
Calculations, not ready. So the power is the easiest because it's essentially just like a. The circuits are all like we ID each circuit. So like when you hook 2 things up, they're part of the same circuit, and then we just keep track of what ID that is and make sure to give unique IDs to everything. And then the power is the easiest, not the render. So calculations, not the render. So
Okay, there's some context I'm missing there. Let's check the file chat log.
Calculations, not the rendering. So the power is the easiest because it's essentially just like a. The circuits are all like we ID each circuit. So like when you hook 2 things up, they're part of the same circuit, and then we just keep track of what ID that is and make sure to give unique IDs to everything. And then when you hook circuit 1 to circuit 2 up, then they're like, well, these are part of the same circuit.
That's Spooder Cave. I wonder if there's any mushrooms in it.
Whatever IDs the main circuit has. That's basically it. It's like if a machine is hooked up to power, like a connection, and if that connection ID is hooked up to a power source, then you can calculate like how much power should be distributed over the circuits. Miner is on wrong? Wait, what? Of course. Then you can calculate like how much power should be distributed over the circuits. miner is on wrong? Wait. What?
I'm not seeing any
Yeah, you
shrooms
forget.
in here.
Wait. Mark 2, Mark 2, Mark 2, Mark 2. Yeah, they're all Mark 2. Pretty sure it's just because of the manifold that it keeps stopping and stopping. Stopping and stopping. Thanks for asking. No problem. The belt. Mark 1 belt out of the center. Oh, yeah, unless I missed one here. Mark 3, Mark 3, Mark 3, Mark 3, Mark 3.
When that smart plate
Nothing there.
finishes, I'm going to end up with about 200
Mark 3,
potential rotors backed up.
Mark 3. Wait. Other side.
So I'm not in any hurry to set up a factory for that.
Mark 1 belt out of the central miner. Okay. There it is. Was that even running though? Wait, oh, it's Mark 1 all the way.
Hang on, just got a second.
But that wasn't the one that was starting and stopping all the time, was it? No mods installed. It would be weird if we have mods installed when... No, that was definitely it. It was starting and stopping way too much. No, we don't really showcase like mods with the vanilla game because like it's confusing for folks that tune in and like want to see the game that we're... No mods installed. It would be... no mods installed. It would be weird if we have mods installed when... No, that was definitely it. It was starting and stopping way too much. No, we don't really showcase like mods with the vanilla game because like it's confusing for folks that tune in and like want to see the game that we're showcasing, and then we have a ton of mods installed. It doesn't really... it makes it confusing for people. Do you guys ever consider adding hostile mobs and defense elements? Easy for people. People. Do you guys ever consider adding hostile mobs? Do you guys ever consider adding hostile mobs and defense elements? No, that's not the type of game we want to make. So it's been a hard no since day one, essentially, that we're not going to do any of that stuff. And we're sticking to it.
Put a note to add that to the wiki later. September 26th. Live stream. Done.
I'm running out of rods! It's almost time for the rewind a state of dev. And I feel like we've done anything. Like, we haven't gotten anywhere. Oh, golfing the game? Never. Oh, golfing the game? Never. Oh, golfing the game? Never. Never. I'm just adding that to flare. It doesn't actually do anything. Big fan that I didn't put it in the straight file. Where's the last? No, we already pulled the last one. Yeah, so we just climb up one more thing. We should have everything. We just need to hook up power. Oh, this was already hooked. It's funny. Wait. Do you happen to know whether fluids were always a planned thing, even back when you were walking the idea? So, a planned thing, even back. Do you happen to know whether? Do you happen to know whether fluids were always a planned thing, even back when you were mocking the idea? So, fluids were like, we did prototype pipes, like the buildable, because okay, here's what you guys need to know when it comes to developing games in general, is that like, we have people that are like designers that are just sitting there making the game. So we had like a huge list of like, this is stuff that we can do and add to the game. And like pipes was definitely something like, we can definitely add pipes like at some point. It would probably make sense. But we didn't pursue the idea. And then when we started memeing, it was after we started memeing, we were like, alright, let's actually implement it. Fuck it, let's do it. Let's do it live. So like the idea was there before we started memeing about it, that like we could add pipes. It was actually a bit stressful because we had in the localization file, we actually had like some component that was called something pipe, because we used to have like a prototype thing in the game since the first like the initial launch that we weren't using for anything, but it had the name, so we were like, oh, maybe people find this and like, oh shit, pipes are in the game, confirmed, which wasn't true. I mean, it was true, but it wasn't because of that. Like,
Can't build status, so I'm not doing that one.
Kind of works, y'all. It was true, but it wasn't because of that. Like, I appreciate the kind words, y'all. Appreciate it. Thanks, Bill.
Uh, 50 for that.
We should add a file just called golf or something. Just to mess with people. I think it's important to note, I mean, I can say this and people might not believe it or whatever, but This is 100% the truth. Why is it not rotating? Is it because of the foundation? I'm curious about this. Maybe you guys know this. You see how like the frame, the pillar, it's like it's got the thick sides on the left and right here, and then as I move it over the foundation, it swaps. And I believe that's because of the rotation of the foundation. Is there any way to control that on the beam without having to swap? Is it because it's not rotating? I can say this and people might not believe it or whatever, but this is 100% the truth. Why is it not rotating? The truth. Why? The truth. Why? The truth. Why? Truth. Why? Truth. Why? Why?
Oh, I won't have to edit this on YouTube Studio when I get. Actually, no, I won't need to edit this on YouTube Studio. I'll be able to edit this in lossless cut when I process it later. Still not used to that workflow.
Why is it not rotating? Is it because of the foundation? I'm curious about this. Maybe you guys know this. You see how like the frame, the pillar, it's like it's got the thick sides, on the left and right here.
25.
As I move it over the foundation, it swaps. And I believe that's because of the rotation of the foundation.
Oh.
Is there any way to
Dang,
control that on the beam without having to swap the? Wait. Is it just the foundation orientation? Lit on top of another pillar, but I can't like it'll be based on this pillar, right? Oh, see, I knew if I asked, someone's gonna come up with a good way to do it. It's annoying that you have to deal with this, but like that was a good which direction is it? Oh, this is the right direction. Never mind. Sorry, what was I saying before this? I got Omega distracted. Yeah, so what was the thing I was talking about for this? I got what was the thing I was talking about? Damn it.
I need more biomass.
Make for a great blueprint. Don't put ideas in my head. I'll do it. Something like golf. Oh wait, yeah, it's coming back. Right now. Okay, so there's a clip from early on where we're doing like a Q&A on stream, and somebody asked like, "Are you guys ever gonna add drones?" And we said like, "No, we're not gonna add drones." Look back there like, well, we did add drones, and you did say we were.
Okay, I need to like get myself sorted out here. last set of ship.
Sorry, what was I saying before this? I got Omega distracted. Yeah, so... What was the thing I was talking about? What was the thing I was talking about? Damn it! Does it make for a great blueprint? Don't put ideas in my head. I'll do it. Something about golf? Oh, wait, yeah, it's coming back. Right, now I remember. Okay, so there's a clip from early on where we're doing like a Q&A on stream, and somebody asked like, are you guys ever gonna add drones? And we said like, no, we're not gonna add drones. And then we look back and like, well, we did add drones, and you did say we weren't gonna add like pipes. We did add pipes. Important to note in those situations is that when we're on stream like that, a lot of times we're actually honest, and we're like, no, we're never gonna add it because we don't really see ourselves doing that at the time. But the way, since we've been doing Satisfactory in such a like, we haven't had any roadmaps, and we have been quite like try and like react as much as we can to like what people are doing in community and stuff like that. I think it's been very important for us, especially since we're in early access, that we try and like do what makes sense for us at the time. So like if we would have been decided, like if we would have made a roadmap back then, drones wouldn't have happened. It would have been a different game, and then based on feedback. Now that's not to say that every time we say we're not going to add it, that means it's going to happen eventually, like where it's possible. Like there are certain things that 100% will never happen, and that's why we've been trying to like, you know, formulate ourselves in a way where like, if we say it's probably not going to happen, then it can happen, but for certain things we're like, no, this will not happen. I say that, and yet, yeah, whatever. But I can tell you those moments, like we legit didn't think we were going to add pipes early on, and we did not think we were going to add drones at that point. So you're saying the chance for golf? No, golf is an exception. That's the only time. That was the whole point of this story. Is like golf is one of those things that are never going to happen. So stop asking about it. Shut up! Unless. I'm just kidding. Alright. No, but for real. But what if though? Flushable DLC? Yeah, that no. Flushable DLC. We have never joked about that not happening. That is 100% happening, okay? That is not something we joke around on, okay? That's
responding to Discord stuff.
Okay? I cannot be clear enough. Will there be minigames in the hub? Unless someone does something, because like the minigame in the hub was like complete on. Okay, that's legit. Okay. I cannot be clear enough.
The implication there means it's not happening.
Will there be minigames in the hub? I don't know. Probably not. Probably room mini. Will there be minigames in the hub? I don't know. Probably not. Unless someone does something, because like the minigame in the hub was like completely like somebody. I think it was our one of our UI artists, like free time, doing it on their own, like creative time. And it just happened. That wasn't like planned to be added. Okay. All right. That wasn't like planned to be added.
I just had a very terrible idea. I'm gonna check if my very terrible idea actually exists.
Are we running into the same issue again? I'm pretty sure now, I think all the belts are the correct speeds. We can do, unless you guys have anything to say about it. I really feel like the golf topic is par for the course at this point. It does drive engagement a bit at least. The correct speeds. We can do, unless you guys have anything to say about it. I really feel like the golf topic
Alright. There's an earlier question that was just about golf. I'm going to put this segment into that segment. Oh no, I have to find it. There we are. There it is. That's number 32.
really feel like the golf topic is par for the course at this point. It does drive engagement a bit at least.
Oh, hang on a second. Did I get cast screws? And I just forgot. Yes, I did. That means I can re-optimize these. I make this look like the scene transition ends the clip rather than does the scene transition. I had a thought and I lost it. Oh yeah, cast screws.
Alright, anyways, it's time to do re-ban. Alright.
So why don't leave that paused for a bit so I can focus on rebalancing USBs here. That's right, 100%. This needs 60 screws a minute. Can't do 60, you can only do 50. Slightly a bit better. Oh, that was on. That'll be unsupplied, so that needs to be set to 1/3 anyway. Isn't it? 2/3. Gets set to 99.99. That gets set to 66.6666. That, 50, 100. Yeah, so this is going to be slightly off, but that's the point of caring. Let's shove it in the middle and nudge it 2 forward. And we can pull that along. Put that in there. Dismantle that. We've now got enough to drop on Paul. Calculate the math here. So 29.7. Plus 30. 16.92 and now I think we need 16.94. But obviously not all the dates are updated, so oh no, that's the items, not the percentage. Yep. Oh, good.
Alright, anyways, it's time to do a revamp. A rerun of State of Dev, and try to answer the chilling questions. Let's do that. And then we'll let this run and see if it eases out. Oh, it's kind of weird that it's not. Wait, one second. This is correct. No, I think it's correct.
Got to check on the
Right.
that earlier, didn't I?
Let's see here. I'm looking for the Slido thing. So I'm gonna have to like pulling this out, but we have a Slido thing, a link that you can go to. We have a lot of them. We have slide links with a bunch of questions, and when I'm doing these streams, I tend to miss people's questions. I feel like today, okay, but usually there's a bunch of questions that I don't get around to answering. So I'm going to go through these questions that are on the Slido thing. I don't want to talk about information about DNA. Oh, sorry, we should do State of Dev first. I'm jumping the gun. Sorry. For those of you people that didn't join early on, let me just do a real quick recap of State of Dev, and then we'll do the thousands of questions. So TLDR is we're still working on updates. It's been progressing quite well when it comes to like the game side of things. We have updated the game to 5.2, and all that stuff is pretty stable. But while we're doing this update, we're also updating the online subsystem that's in the game, and that is sort of the system that handles like all the online connectivity with it. And we needed to do a refactoring system for the subsystem for event. That's what we're doing. We need an update for quite some time, and we're doing it now. It's like the last chance we have, essentially. So and that stuff, there's still a bunch of work left for that, and we need both things to be embraced for the next patch. This is partly why we had that like weakness window last week. Last week Wednesday we had the maintenance window, and we didn't end up using the entire maintenance window actually. We did need it, which is actually good. And we'll see if we need more maintenance windows in the future. I think our task there was great. That part is good for what changes we do on the Steam back then. And they were like, you do before November, so like, alright, I'll do them. So that is kind of version. So yeah, it's progressing quite nice. Just that online system, subsystem that needs to come in place. And then once that's sort of ready, then we're going to push the 0.8.2 version on the front page as soon as possible. And you guys can try it out and wrap up any lingering issues that you guys may have noticed that we didn't have time to fix yet. And then yeah, don't have any date on like the release still. It's annoying. We've been update was first announced in April, I think. It's like June, like Metal, and now it's like October. But I think we will get the Metal patch available sometime in the we only have like a deadline for that point to like that's not even on my roadmap. But this is what I'm guessing. And yeah, that's sort of the same thing for we are progressing quite nicely with the game. The game is quite stable. So hard. One other thing I want to mention too is that I'm planning to make a Q&A video Friday for the channel. We are about to get QA second here. I'll probably grab like a couple questions I've got up and allowed for this week. I'll probably readdress some things on the YouTube side. Not everyone has time to come to these channels, and since we don't have like a mod channel like that, then it's good to do like Q&A videos from time to time. So that's what I'm about to dive into now. Let's get to it, okay? game, in fact. Like, just rip it out, uninstall. Cool. Let's get back to the game, shall we?
Because there's only an hour and a half left. I'm thinking I can just leave that till tomorrow because it's 1 AM. I know I'm slightly caffeinated, so I'll be up a while. We'll get that shit done tomorrow.
I'll just put it in the calculator. Got it. This is, whoops, I'm not supposed to show that because Paris was up. If I'm mistaken. Try like this later. I'm not supposed to show it. Push. We need time to swing. Time to swing. Later.
We'll leave that like that. Pick it up tomorrow. Probably should switch scenes with that. Right. Stuff, things. Let's get this set up. Plus 10. That was already upgraded to Mark 2. I thought I had it partially Mark 1 still, so yeah. Evidently I had enough Mark 2 plate to do that nonsense. get unlocked eventually. This, like, if I put the awesome thing over here, it feels like it's a bit too far away. Can I sneak it in here? Or is it too big? Just do it, treat it as a temporary thing. I can just dump it there, can't I? A bit too close. I know I've just said, oh, this is only going to be a temporary thing, but some things are going to annoy us, some things aren't. Well, I think that's about as much as I can get done without getting distracted by shit. The next thing to do is going to be unlocking coal power. I'm still having to resist the temptation to consider putting the coal gen facilities on top of the steel facility, or underneath it rather, whichever way works out best because the whole water supply thing. Yeah. So one of the fun things is if I put the coal gens and the steel production together, it makes not coke steel ingot. There's a compacted steel ingot thing. No steel. That's it. Let's look up on the wiki. There's a thing that uses compacted coal. It is called compacted steel ingot. For some reason, I thought solid steel ingot was called compacted because it was, you know, splushing the ingot with the coal. Yeah, because like sulfur's got to go over to the steel facility anyway, because that's where I'm putting the Novelist production. So if that's got to go there, I may as well make compacted coal there for coal gens. Like that's the logic we're going with over there. But we're still wanting to stick with the original plan of having Crater Lakes being the coal gen facility location, just because of the relatively abundant water. You know, building the coal gen facility right on top of the lake, so you have water extractors, 4 wall segments, then the compacted coal floor. Well, a mini compacted coal floor because it would be 4 segments high, not 8 segments high. And then the coal gen floor, which is 10 segments high. And then what we're doing this time round is also planning to put fuel gen there. Because then byproducts can be its own. Like, fuel processing and byproducts can be its own thing rather than like a headache of trying to mix byproduct fuel with well, fuel gen fuel. the only issue there is that the oil node, like there's the resource extractor one. I was gonna quickly pop on because that's already calculated the sheet and check if there's like a normal oil node anywhere closer. Resource wells. Okay, so there's an oil node over in the arse end of Lake Forest. Where the spooders hang out. So that's one of the locations where I brought. I mean, I'm looking at the skim, but you'll not be able to see it on the map at the moment. Well, somewhere around there is Lake Forest. I mean, if you see me mouse moving, it's because I'm thinking to myself and I'm looking at the skim, so just ignore that. So I used to have sulfur being brought over at the top of the compacted coal sulfur, and bringing that through Lake Forest. Now there was a fun amount of time trying to pull that sulfur through the arse end of Red Jungle or Red Bamboo thing, whichever one's at the east end of the mesa up there. I think it's a mesa, the top of the cliff face area, up the back of Crater Lakes, and yeah, that wasn't pleasant. But if I'm going to be packaging oil and shipping that back and forth, that's going to be a frustrating prospect. And the alternative is crafting canisters at the oil side. Right, now there is some iron a bit further back from where the sulfur is, so it's not inconceivable to do it that way. There's some coal atop the cliff face next to where the oil is, so I could make steel canisters. Yeah, it would be like a right faff on to do it that way, but it's like conceivable. Just the alternative is to have a belt line going back and forth. But I think if I'm having a belt line going back and forth, rather than snaking things along the terrain, I'm going to end up adding a viaduct. Just to like have things going in straight lines is going to be a lot easier for us. The only issue with that is altitudes. If I take it through the bamboo forest, it's probably going to have to skirt along the terrain anyway. Because I don't think there's a clear... Okay, no, I'm looking at the map. There might be a clear shot. It's just there is an altitude difference, so we'd have to start up a little bit high. Or we could figure some shit out. Because if I take it through Lake Forest, it's at a diagonal, and I don't want... Like, the most direct route is at a diagonal, and I don't want to be building the viaduct at an angle. It feels too Like, it would be the best solution, but it just feels a bit too new to be doing for me. I much prefer the orthogonal viaducting. It's just with that would mean a S-shaped or ziggy-zaggy viaduct. But it's going to start up fairly high anyway. Plus, it'll be oil coming through to whatever altitude is appropriate for the oil production processing things. And yeah. That's going to be a long time all the way, so we don't have to think about it too much. I can look at alternative locations. If I knock down all of the other resources. So we just look at coal, crude oil, and sulfur. Yeah, there's a lot of locations that have 2 of those 3 resources adjacent, but not really anywhere that has all 3 of them, except for that bit that's the arse end of Lake Forest, and it only has 1 coal node and 1 sulfur node. I mean, there is a little bit tucked away, which I haven't discovered myself, so it would feel like cheating. Out round the back of Maze Canyons. I think is it Maze Canyons or Desert Canyons? The transition zone between Northern Forest and the canyon. There's 4 coal nodes and a sulfur node, so you've got 2 sulfur nodes, 5 coal nodes, and 3 oil nodes to play with. 6 coal nodes if you count the one on a little bit further away on the cliff. So, like, the Lake Forest is hypothetically another location for the coal gen facilities, but it's not that much of an improvement over the Crater Lakes one. So, I want to force myself to have a challenge of moving things. That's maybe. Oh, I forgot to turn the blooming resource wells back on. Right. Right. Okay, so there's a lake out in Eastern Dune. That's not Eastern Dune Forest, is it? I am aware how talking about the map when you can't see the map is a bit weird for anyone watching the VOD, but yeah. Oh no, that's Blue Crater. Yeah. I've only been there like practically twice. So there's coal and oil in Blue Crater, but no nearby sulfur. So belting in sulfur from 3 or 4 different locations, not that much for a terrible idea. Yeah, it genuinely does seem like the way I build things that Crater Lakes is the best location for power gen facilities, just because of the proximity of water, sulfur, and oil. Yep. Plus, getting the Western Dune Forest sulfur over to the Crater Lakes is going to be fun. Because that would mean hoisting it up a cliff face. Like even if it was being viaducted, the fact that it has to go up a cliff face to get to where it needs to go, it's just a bit much. So, what I might end up doing there is having multiple facilities, maybe. Because the thing I'm looking at here is I used to have like me power gen for fuel gen down over on Beach Islands, and I'm thinking of moving it to Crater Lakes. And something like heavy oil turbo fuel required sulfur. And I also needed, I needed coal for steel-based canisters. That was being pulled out there. And sulfur was used for the fuel. So the idea of taking the Western Dune Forest fuel, so the Western Dune Forest sulfur over the Crater Lake seems a bit daunting. But then, like, why don't I just build a second fuel power plant over in Blue Crater? Because, you know, get a bit out of my comfort zone. Because pretty much every like the majority of the last 4,000 hours, maybe, have I hit the 4,000 hours mark? I mean, I might have just been waffling on. Yeah, got 3,954 hours of playtime on Steam. Yeah, the majority of the last 3,900 hours has been spent in Rocky Desert. I'm quite comfortable here because you have access to pretty much like everything you need. Because oil's down there, which isn't in Rocky Desert, but it's adjacent. Bauxite is up there, and uranium's up there, and Caterium. Like, I know it's like the tag's got that says limited for knowledge run, but this is just kind of illustrative. Caterium's over there and a little bit further round the back, on the on the cliff face next to Crater Lakes. So you can get the majority of the game without really wandering too far from Rocky Desert. The only time you need to leave is hard drive hunting. The prospect of having to like build in a biome that I'm unfamiliar with just to avoid running a viaduct, like, which thing am I least uncomfortable with, basically? Anyway, let's get that saved and knock off. Yeah. Otherwise I may as well stay up and do some more clipping. That's going to be all for now. I'm going to pop off and be back to livestream clipping tomorrow. Hopefully get it all done tomorrow, if not like the majority of it. If I'm feeling a bit low energy, I might focus on clipping the remainder of the gameplay segment and then do the Q&A segment another time. If I'm feeling a bit higher energy, like after work, what I might end up doing is not live streaming, but clipping the Q&A segment offline. So yeah, that's going to be all for now. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.